Hello everyone and welcome to a new video. Today I am filming a book review and I am reviewing 6 Goodbyes We Never Said by Candace. This one has already been released on the 24th of September and I got my copy out of NetGalley because I thought it seemed like a diverse contemporary with mental illness. So this one follows two main characters. We have Naima, who lost her mother when she was born and recently her father because he was in the Marine. She also suffers from OCD and generally anxiety disorder, and these are both on what is expected from the author. We also follow Drew, who has other anxieties and has lost both his parents in this accident and is currently living now with this new family that has adopted him. And this family lives where Naima's grandparents live, and she, after losing her father, decides to live with her grandparents and they meet. He has heard about her before and he is interested in her because he thinks maybe they can have something in common with losing their parents. So it is an almost his mental health story, and Naima is also a brown plus size girl if I don't remember incorrectly. So I liked all these aspects and I knew about, as I said, the mental health aspects going into the book, but I feel like how it all was portrayed and delivered wasn't that well done for me. I'm not saying that the mental illness and stuff was portrayed badly. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that the book's flow was really off for me because it is told, as I said, from these two point of views, and in the beginning they don't even like meet for a long time and we get like all these passages of just, I would say, nothing. I don't even know, remember, it's kind of flashbacks but it's not, and like the book just doesn't move forward, and when things happen on the page it's not told to us in like it's happening on the page. I feel like it's just far away explanations. I can't explain it really well, but generally what I'm trying to say that I didn't like how the book was written. I feel like the story didn't flow well at all, and looking away from the fact that it's not really a plot except from these two people that are lost people and meeting each other, nothing else really happens. I do know that a lot of contemporaries don't generally have like a direct plot, but at least when it's mental health stories, then you get to this point of feeling really close to the characters, kinda, or like at least feeling with them, and here I never came to this point. I'm again not saying that how the mental health is portrayed is badly, because I'm not denying that the author is writing from her own experiences and that is totally valid and all that. I'm just saying that the book just didn't work that well for me because I didn't really feel for the characters. The dialogues was weird, and just like how they acted around each other was weird. In the beginning it was like, oh, we're not going to be friends, but then they were friends and then they were not friends, and we have really weird scenarios in general. Now, I know that these people were struggling, and of course it's not easy to just talk to someone and be friends with them. Like, I would know it's hard, but it's just, it was very like going around in nowhere, and when things happen I feel like nothing was told clearly, so I was very confused sometimes of what was even going on, and when they talked about things sometimes I had no idea what they were talking about. So maybe I am just very stupid, but I just feel like if other people felt like this book worked for them, I feel like that's amazing, and if you felt with these characters or could relate to them, etc., that's great. But for me, it just, the way the story was told just didn't work for me. It says in the synopsis that it's not a love story, and that is fine. I didn't need them to fall in love or like be there for each other, but it's about needing a little help to say goodbye. I don't know how to explain. This was a very hard book to talk about because some of the scenarios I did like, and some aspects I did like I like the characters, I like them. It's just the way things that happened to them was written, maybe just like what is going on right now and why are they talking like this. I feel like there's, for example, with Drew, there's this scenario where he's at the market and he gets this panic attack, and it's just that I thought was very well done and I really felt for him there. And the same in Naima struggling to communicate with her stepmom and all that, all those dynamics that was interesting, but overall just how the story was told and how it all came together, I came to this point where like, what is even going on right now, and what is this story? But like generally like small scenes and small moments did work for me, so not everything was totally confusing. I feel like I just said something and I contradicted myself. I feel like it could be a very important book and that a lot of people can read this and not only just relate to it, but just like reading about other experiences, and at least almost his experiences is important. And I don't necessarily regret that I read it. I generally don't regret reading a lot of things, but it's not like if people ask me for a recommendation for a contemporary or like a mental health story with mental health aspects, I think I would recommend something else, because I just feel like, as I said, the execution of the story just was a bit all over the place for me, and it just didn't work like a good story. But the aspects were there, and the scenes and some parts of it were there to make it, I don't know the right word for it, emotional, I guess. It didn't make me emotional. That's why I didn't like the book? That sounded really bad. I don't mean it in that way, but it just didn't hit the spot is what I want to say. I don't know what that spot is, but yeah, I feel like maybe there's more to say, but it is a while since I've read it. I read it in the beginning, end of August. I feel like that's why some details are a bit lost to me, but that's just my overall feelings and thoughts I had from reading it. And I think that's gonna do it for this video, because I don't really have that much more to say. But I gave it 2 out of 5 stars, which makes me feel a bit bad, but that's just how I felt about this book. It was just okay. Just because, again, the confusion, the way it was written, executed, just didn't work for me. But I am always interested in like mental health stories, and more importantly, own voices mental health stories, and I think I didn't like the story. There you have it. I didn't like the story, but again, not denying those aspects. I hope I made sense in this video, because who knows when I do and when I do not. And thank you so much for watching. You will see me soon in the video, and goodbye.